everybody. Welcome back to the Old Man Van Running channel. I know you've probably been wondering where the HE double hockey sticks has Old Man Van been for the last month. Well, you know, sometimes life happens. Let me see. I've been recovering from that IT band injury, the subject of my last video. 2, my oldest son got married to his high school sweetheart. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Next, I have 2 kids in college, and I had to sell my boat. The boat I've had since 2008, and it was named after my 3 wonderful children. And see that box right over my shoulder? That's my right shoulder over there. That is a DJI drone. Old Man Van's got up his game. One of the things I'm learning how to do is fly a drone so I can get cinematic footage of Old Man Van running. Hey everybody, Old Man Van back here out on the trail. About 92 degrees here on a sweltering Friday afternoon here in Wallingford, Connecticut. You know, it's the perfect segue into this week's video. Once you start running, if you're only running a couple miles, you know, maybe 20 minutes to 45 minutes, somewhere in that range, you know, you don't really need to bring water or drinks with you. It's not important if you're properly hydrated before you run. But as you get more experienced, as you build up your endurance and start approaching that hour run point, you're gonna want to start thinking about hydration and nutrition out there on the run. So this week, I'm gonna review or compare 3 different types of hydration and nutrition supplements that I take or have taken out there on the roads during my running journey. The 3 that I'm going to compare are, number 1, Nuun hydration tablets. Number 2, Roctane gels, both non-caffeinated and caffeinated. And 3, Tailwind endurance fuel. So I'm going to compare all 3 of those supplements for while you run, and we'll find out at the end of my video which one I feel is the best of those 3. Okay, we're back inside. Let's get right to the comparison of the Nuun hydration tabs, the Roctane energy gels, and the Tailwind endurance fuel hydration energy drink mix. Now you might ask, why am I comparing an energy gel to 2 drink mixes? Well, great question, and here's why. Some of these products, or one of these products, is focused on hydration only. Another one is focused on energy replacement only. And another one of these products is focused on both in combination. So that's why I thought it was important to compare these 3, because in many cases, you're going to use a combination of both hydration and energy replacement. And I think that makes this comparison applicable. So first, we've got the Nuun Hydration Sport hydration tabs. We've got the Roctane energy gels. And third, we've got the Tailwind endurance fuel drink mix. So all 3 of these products come in non-caffeinated and caffeinated versions. So let's talk about first the Nuun hydration tabs. These are exactly what I just said. These are hydration tabs. The focus of this product is to replenish the electrolytes and help you replenish the fluids that you've lost through perspiration and those electrolytes and salts that you've lost through perspiration as you run. So with the Nuun product, you get 300 milligrams of sodium. You also get 150 milligrams of potassium and some other things like magnesium and calcium, what have you, but only 1 gram of sugar, so very little sugar. This is a hydration tab. You take 1 tablet, you put it in 16 ounces of water, wait for it to dissolve, and that is your fluid replacement drink. Now, if you get the caffeinated version, it's got 40 milligrams of caffeine added to all those electrolytes that I mentioned. Next, we have the Roctane gels. different from the regular gels in that they have 1,425, I think it is. Yeah, 1,425 milligrams of amino acids. What does that do? I don't really know. What this is predominantly for is to replace the depleted energy in those harder and longer efforts, right? So you're depleting glycogen, this replaces it. This has, yeah, it has some sodium in it. It has about 125 milligrams of sodium in it, but it also has 21 grams of carbohydrates, right? So that's what this is designed to do. If you're hitting the wall at 20 miles in a marathon, like I did a couple of marathons ago, it's because you're running out of energy, as well as hydration. Lastly, we have the Tailwind Endurance Fuel Drink Mix. Now, the difference between this and the Nuun tablets and the Roctane gels is that this product combines both the hydration part of it with the nutrition part of it, or the energy replacement part of it, in one product. It's a powder that you just mix into your water, and boom, you get both in one product. You get 303 milligrams per serving of sodium in this product. You also get 88 milligrams of potassium and the calcium and the magnesium and those other things, but you also get 25 grams of carbohydrates in this. So you're getting the electrolyte replacement, but you're also getting those carbohydrates to replace the depleted energy stores. One product. So I'm going to give you my experiences with all three of these products. And that's important because my experiences are my experiences. I'm going to give you my opinions. I'm going to give you my recommendations, but ultimately you have to find what works for you. I don't work for any of these companies. I don't get this product sent to me. I purchase it on my own. I use it, and I'm going to give you my honest opinions and experiences with these products. So I went to a race, and at the aid stations they had water, and they had this stuff called Nuun. And tried it, and I'm like, wow, that doesn't taste too bad. Pretty good. And I said, wow, let me go buy some myself. So I did. I went down to my local Dick's, and I found they had it, and I purchased a couple of these little, tab bottles of the Nuun Hydration Sport version. And I said, wow, let me try it. It's 1 tab and 16 ounces of water, right? Takes a little while for it to dissolve. Once it does, sometimes it leaves a little grit at the bottom, but, it worked pretty good for me. And I could carry it in my running vest easily, and, it was convenient. What it wasn't giving me, though, was any carbohydrate replacement. And as I started training for marathons, run half marathons, run an hour and a half at a time, I needed a little bit of a boost. I needed to replace some of that energy that I lost. And that's where the Goo Gels came in. I used to use Goo Gels way back when I raced bicycles in kind of the 2000s, 2007, 2008. When I started running, I was like, I probably should use gels again. And the regular gels, yeah, they were okay. I found their Roctane gels, tried those, and boom, they seemed to work a little bit better. So when I started running marathons and those long runs, I went with the Nuun for the hydration, and I went for the Goo Roctanes for the energy replacement. Problem is, I wouldn't call it a problem, just an inconvenience is, I'd have to carry a bottle of Nuun, I'd have to carry a bottle of just plain water, and then I'd have to carry the gels. And I couldn't take the Nuun, or I couldn't drink the Nuun when I was taking the gels, so I'd have to alternate. And what makes it even more inconvenient is, these things, you open them, they're sticky, it's, listen, you're out there, you're working hard, and now you try to get this really concentrated, sticky paste that's very sweet down the gullet, and you got to pour some water in there. And it's, it works, but it's just a pain. And then you got to figure out, what are you going to do with the empty packets? Your hands are then sticky. It's just not the most convenient process. So then on this online running community that I belong to, I saw a lot of people posting about this product called Tailwind Endurance Fuel. Now, the posts were positive. In fact, I didn't see a single post where people said, I didn't like this stuff. And what really struck me was people were saying that it was easy on their stomach and their energy levels seemed to just stay level throughout their runs. So here it is. So I figured I would purchase this product and give it a shot. So I went out and I bought 2 bags. Just like the other 2 products, you got caffeinated version, which is right here, and you got the non-caffeinated version. I said, well, you know what, I'll try both. So I bought 2 bags. There's 50 servings in each bag. And like I mentioned before, this product is marketed as both a hydration and an energy replacement product. So I bought it, figured I'd taste it, try it out, poured it in per the directions into a water bottle, mixed it all up. And immediately I was struck by the fact that this stuff dissolved completely dissolved. And quick, I didn't have to stand there shaking this bottle up for 10 minutes trying to get all of the material dissolved and mixed into the solution. Pour in like measuring cup and a half, 2 measuring cups, depending on how much water. And I shake it up, and boom, disappeared. It was basically clear fluid in there. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty good. So then I tried it and tasted it. You know what? Taste wasn't bad. It wasn't overpowering at all. It wasn't nearly as sweet as things like Powerade and Gatorade. And I'm like, yeah, pretty good. And, Goo gels, those are really, really concentrated sweet. So, man, when I take those, especially, when I'm out there on a hot run, it's like, damn, I really don't want to take this, but I need to. It's really concentrated, really sweet, and you got to drink a lot of water and quickly kind of dilute that and get it down without kind of gagging on it. So what do I think of these 3? How do I compare them? Well, the pros of the Nuun tablets is they do a great job replacing those electrolytes. The pros of the Goo Roctane gels is they do a great job of replenishing those energy stores that you've depleted during hard and long efforts. The problem is that you can't use one without the other for those types of efforts. You need both. And that can be inconvenient. And the inconvenience of having to have a bottle of Nuun, have a gel with a bottle of clear water, and managing how you take those 2 products can sometimes result in maybe you not taking it when you need to take it or as often as you need to take it. I found that out during a virtual marathon I ran back in 2020 where I was using Nuun and I was using the Goo Roctane gels. I thought I was doing what I needed to do, and I hit 20 miles and I hit the wall just smack. And my last 6 miles, I was almost walking for a couple of miles. And I actually had to take a gel at, say, mile 23, which just got some energy back in me enough that, the last mile I was able to get through it. But trying to manage with those 2 products, I found that particular day was really difficult. Now that brings me to the Tailwind. Tailwind, however, it's got the carbohydrates in it for energy replacement, and it's got those electrolytes. It's a combination of the 2. And I found that was extremely convenient for me. I could mix it up in bottles. I could have a bottle of the non-caffeinated version, a bottle of the caffeinated version. I could have those in my running vest. And you know what? I didn't have to carry plain water. And all I would have to do is at the proper intervals, which for me was every, say, 3.5 miles, I would take 6 to 8 ounces of the Tailwind solution, and that worked perfectly. I felt I was always properly hydrated. I felt I was always, that my energy stores were right where they needed to be. And in fact, I ran another virtual marathon a few months later, only using Tailwind, and my last 6 miles were faster than my previous 20 miles. They were the fastest 6 miles of my run, and I beat my personal best by over 20 minutes. Now, those are just 2 examples, right? Small sample size, but I can tell you for me, not having to carry gels, not having to carry water and Nuun mix and trying to figure out, which one I need to drink when, the Tailwind has just made it much more convenient. And beyond that, the Tailwind to me, it's just got a more subdued taste. It dissolves much cleaner in the water, so it's not heavy when you drink it. It doesn't have an overbearing sweet taste. And I found for me, it has turned into the perfect solution for what I need. And as a marathoner and as someone who goes out and does those hard workouts and those runs over an hour, I need both. And this is a solution that has just worked best for me. So thanks for watching this video. If you're watching me now, you got to the end of it, and that's a great thing. If you like that video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button down there. And that's not thumbs down, that's thumbs up. It's just down there. And if you didn't like the video, it's okay to hit the thumbs down. That's all right. But I would ask that you leave me some comments and tips on what I can do to make my videos and my channel that much better. If you liked it, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you can get notified when I post more videos on the Old Man Van Running channel. Lastly, and as I always do, I want to leave you with this. Lace up your shoes and let's get out on the roads.